Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, June 25th, 2017, and this is your fun fact of the day. My lovely wife, Alicia, has taken up Wednesdays for me this semester to present facts about what a truly womanly woman looks like, in response to my last semester's Mondays, Manliness Mondays, and what a manly man, a real man, a biblical man actually looks like. Now, this Sunday I thought we'd take a break from looking at milestone or noteworthy stories in the Bible. Every story in the Bible is noteworthy, just the big ones that everybody's like, yeah, I've heard of that one before, or at least I'm aware of it. I respond to Alicia's Womanly Wednesdays with further instructions for men, and particularly husbands, concerning loving their wives. Like any long-term relationship, this topic is a complex one. This is not an easy one or a simple one to get through. Books upon books continue to be written on this topic. They have been for centuries, and they will continue probably until the end of time, because understanding women, well, you know. I am far too short in my own personal understanding to fully explain any of these concepts, let alone explain well all of them, or even majority of them. But this does not excuse anyone from at least being aware of these concepts. So even though I cannot explain it fully, there are some things that you should at least be aware of, men, husbands, as far as what to work through concerning your wives. Strive deeper for your own understanding on what I am about to offer. There are many, many ways, nearly innumerable ways, to grow deeper and love deeper the one you choose to become one flesh with. Love her mind, her body, her heart, her soul, her humanity, her relationships, her calling, and her maker. All of these are important, and none of them should be actively neglected. If it seems like there's a lot of love to give, just consider the fact that it's widely accepted and more than a true concept that women are emotionally based creatures. Love being an emotion, they're gonna look for it a lot. Women not only emulate emotion consistently and constantly in nearly everything they do, but they also thrive on receiving it. Which is where we as men start to struggle, is because we are not so emotionally based, therefore aren't the best, or at least not the first, to start giving emotions like love. So we men do this best when we meet women on their level, this would be the emotional level, and love them at least somewhat how they desire. It's not necessarily meeting them as far as loving them in every desire that they have. You shouldn't strive to meet every desire any person has. There's got to be a compromise somewhere. But you should strive to show them decent, proper love nonetheless, even if it isn't exactly all the ways they ask. In the Ephesians chapter 5, the Apostle Paul talks about wives and husbands and their relationships to each other. He has 3 verses worth of instructions for wives. Just 3 verses, pretty simple and straightforward. There are, however, 9 verses spoken towards husbands concerning their wives. That's 3 times more instructions for the men on how to interact and love their wives versus the women and how they're supposed to respect their husbands. It's important. This cannot be overlooked. Now, when I say love, this obviously, at least this should be obvious, does not mean approve of everything she does and never contradict her, always let her have the final word. This is not even close to what I'm saying. Just so dismiss that misconception right now. But when you do attempt to stand your ground and tell your wife that she's actually wrong on a subject, don't use the same methods you would on a coworker, or your friend, or your brothers, God help you. Don't try that. Or anyone on the internet. No, do not ever approach your wife as you would someone on the internet. Quickest way to the one-way ticket to the couch. Just don't do it. Ever. Your wife, as your other half, deserves and desires far more than that. And this applies universally to every interaction you have with her. It is not enough to respect your wife. You must love her strongly, deeply, intensely, and unconditionally. Something that we as men can particularly struggle with is to show emotion at all, to show deep emotion, and to show deep emotion regardless of anything. Absolutely anything. You love the woman unconditionally. That's part of the vow you gave when you started that relationship, standing before God and promised before God. Till death do us part. You promised unconditional love forever. And above all, as far as on the list of don't do's, never, ever withhold love as any kind of ransom or condition that you get something else in return. You never use love as a tool like that. That is not what love is. Terrorists make those sorts of hostage threats, not someone you love. Don't be a terrorist to your wife's heart. A tiny smattering of further information about these very basic concepts is presented in the links below. Pick out some of it for your reading time. And on the news today is National Leon Day. That's L-E-O-N. Or backwards would be N-O-E-L, because today, June 25th, is 6 months from December 25th. Officially, after today, we've crossed the halfway point and we are closer to Christmas than not. It can also be the celebration for those who miss winter holidays to have a mini celebration in June. I personally wait until July. Christmas in July, where I allow myself usually about a week of any and all Christmas tunes that I want. until after Thanksgiving and this one little reprieve we have here midsummer, no other Christmas music ever, ever, ever. And National Strawberry Parfait Day. You say to somebody, let's get some parfait, they say, hey, no, I don't like the parfait. Parfaits are delicious! Hope you've enjoyed this fun fact of the day. See you tomorrow.